Hey guys, how's it going? Jameson here with a pretty neat little product. This is an auto induction wireless charging dock for your car, and it actually has actuated little clamps that are infrared activated. So you wave your hand, it opens up, and then it closes on your phone. I love this because I currently have a dock for my phone, but it requires a metal plate in the back, and you can't use induction charging when that plate is on your phone. So this kind of works where you can just wave your hand, slide it on, and yeah, it's on there pretty good. So I've used it a little bit, boxed it back up as best I could, and I'm gonna take you down a little unboxing. So let's get started. Alright, so I won't spend too much time on the packaging. I do want to say, though, it is a very nice box, and some of you might not think that matters at all, but I've ordered a lot of electronics off Amazon, and if there's one thing I can say, it's that there seems to be a correlation of if a box is nice and designed well, no typos or anything, the product seems to be a better value and lasts longer. Now, if the product comes in this brown box with lettering on it and that's it, typically that's a cheaper product and it seems like more of a cash grab. Now this, really nice printed, it's got a gloss/matte finish, no typos, really nice pictures, detailed information all over, a little tag, and you can tell it's just made, for stores too. You could get this in maybe like Target or Walmart or something. It's made to go global. They want to make a product that's trustworthy, and I think this is just a fantastic little box, but I'm not going to sit on that. We've got a whole product to look at, and we will start with the suction cup mount, and I feel like this is very important. It was one of the reasons why I bought this particular item. It's the mount, because if the mount stinks, it doesn't matter how good the charger is, it doesn't matter how cool the clamp is, nothing matters. If your phone isn't sticking to what you want it to stick to, nothing matters. And so I went for what I thought to be the best mount I could find. And this, let's just start at the bottom. Now, I've owned so many phone mounts over the years, and I've not encountered one with such a beefy suction cup. I've not used this one yet, but wow, is it thick, and I know it's gonna do really well. You can see this lever here. Just watch when I pull that. Just look at how much area is displaced when that is moved, and it doesn't take much force, and I don't even think that's all the way. But this is gonna suck really well to your window, and if you wanna release it, you just push this little button, releases the whole thing. It's really slick, you don't need to rip it back, and you're not accidentally gonna hit this with something or a wire and have your phone fall off. Really nice that they included that. And of course, it's gonna have some suction, so this little tab is gonna be nice to get it off your windscreen. Also on here, they have a dual mounts or dual arm system. You can see it's ribbed on the inside. This is not a thin piece of plastic by any means. This is pretty beefy. Not a lot of play in this at all. And if you loosen these up, there are two adjustment points. Now, if you listen carefully, you can hear that kind of grinding noise. Well, that's because they are grooved on the inside. Now, it's kind of hard to see, but it's really nice because not even very tight. I tighten these up, and it's not moving. These aren't going to rotate. They're not going to slowly slide. That is on there for good. There's, another part of this would break before this starts rotating, and this is just a really beefy piece of equipment. Really nice. I love this. And on the top, we have the ball mount, which is what slips into this, but we'll get into that in just a moment. So let's set that aside and just cover some of the other accessories in here really quickly. So your instruction manual, this tells you what it's compatible with, which there's quite a hefty list there. And this is just a standard wireless induction charger, so future models of phones, I have no doubt, will work with this as well. And you have your USB-C cable. A USB-C cable, I know, right? I'm not sure if this is data or power only, but pretty nice quality cable. It's about 3 feet, which is long enough. You're definitely not going to be running this up and around your dashboard and doing crazy things with this, but including a USB-C cable, really nice. And I feel like I'm going to use this for other applications as well, just because I don't have very many of those. And let's say you don't want to use the suction mount, you can actually use the vent mount. Now, they have these little printings on here, 1 and 2. So that controls the settings. So 1, you can see there's a little bit of a gap if you have, let's say, thick fins on your air vent, and 2, which clamps all the way down. Now, I'm not sure where that'd be applicable, just because that's really far, but these are just little rubber pads in there, so there is some compression if you do have a thin fin or whatever. But I'm not sure how well this is going to work. We'll get it in the car and see how she runs, but yeah, it's nice to have options, so give that a shot. And now, obviously, the star of the show, and yes, I'm going to do this. Whoosh. Ooh, that is shiny. Love it. Plastic back, what feels to be plastic. Just fine, because most of these chargers are plastic. You can see there's the infrared sensor, and on the back we have a little nut that unscrews, and I'll use this. Slip that in there, tighten it up, and that's on there. It's not bouncing around. On the bottom you have a light to indicate status and a USB-C port. There's also these buttons for manually activating the clamping action, but without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. And just to be clear, when I mean get right into it, I mean let's test this thing out.
Okay, so not gonna lie, the rest of the video is really just me testing out the suction mount and vent mount and just playing with this over and over and over again. It is extremely fun just to wave your hand in front of it and have your phone automatically grabbed. Trust me, you'll see it over and over again. But the mount, really nice. It's got an adhesive backing on it that won't stick to your windshield. I mean, like residue-wise, you can pull this off and it won't leave a smudge or anything. It's kind of sticky on its own, though. You may not even need the suction. So here I am plugged in. It doesn't come with an AC adapter, which is probably the only downside to this whole thing. But as you can see, opens and closes really quickly. Hopefully you're quick enough with your phone. I've got a Galaxy S9 Plus here, and as you can see, just kicked on the charging, so it charges up just as fast as any other induction charger I own. A really welcome addition to my kit in my car. You can kind of see shots of my older magnet mount, which of course you can't use induction charging with, and this is just fantastic. So another tip I have is just be sure to have an AC adapter that can actually output the watts necessary to charge your phone fast enough. So get searching on Amazon for that, but hopefully you enjoyed this review.